Hi, this is CK Sample with the Sometimes Daily Obsession and Obsessable.com, and I wanted to talk to you today about Kindle for iPhone, which is a new application by Amazon for the iPhone, and here it is. I'm going to launch it. And what's cool about it is it lets you read any books that you would purchase on the Kindle store for your Kindle on the iPhone or iPod Touch. But you don't have to have a Kindle to use this app. The app is free. You can download it right now from the iTunes App Store. And I've got a couple of books here. I purchased Fortress of Eagles by C.J. Sherry, and you can change when you click in the actual page. You can change the font size to a smaller font if it's too big for you, or to a bigger font if you want it larger. So it's very good that way. I'm not sure why they chose this method of doing this rather than a multi-touch pinch and whatever to zoom in and zoom out, and we'll get to that in a second. In addition to that, if you reach the furthest point in it, as you can see, you just flip pages by doing simple, simple forward and back, although sometimes the back seems to catch. It seems to use some sort of active internet connection. I don't know how well it'll work offline, because one of the options here is this little sync button, and it says retrieves furthest page read. What did it say? You are currently at the furthest page read across all your devices. Oh, so that syncs with, like, if I had read this on my Kindle and I came back to this after reading it on my Kindle and I was like, wait a minute, I've already gotten further than this, then you would click this, it would sync wirelessly and bring it up to date. So I guess it'll work fine without a connection, but you do have to sync it before you go on your plane or whatever you're doing traveling. Also, right here, there's the bookmark section that has some default bookmarks that are added by the thing itself. You can also hit this plus button and add your own bookmark, which dog-ears the upper right-hand corner of the page. And then when you go back to this area, you'll see it has location 117 bookmark that I just added there. And I can go to that page, even though I was already on it. And then you can just click in the upper right-hand corner and make that bookmark disappear to remove it, which is pretty nice. I don't understand why you can't increase and decrease the font size by, pinching and going like this, which is what the iPhone is made to do. And the reason I really don't understand it, and I'll show you why right here, is because I purchased this book, graphic novel of Paul Auster's City of Glass, because I thought, oh cool, graphic novels on my iPhone, I can read these now. Except, no, I can't. I just wasted money on this because there's no way to zoom this graphic. And I cannot read this very small print on here. If you do try to do pinch and zoom, it does not work. If I click here and I use the text thing, toggling between it does nothing because it's just an image. And this is a huge mistake as far as I'm concerned by Amazon. And they really need to improve this app so that it works with pinch and zoom, so that people like me don't waste money on graphic novels for this device. For right now, I recommend everyone stay clear of any manga graphic novels, things like that. I wasted like $7 on this, which is a shame because I love Paul Auster. And I also love... what's his name? I'm going blank now. Who's the actual cartoonist behind this? Oh, no, it doesn't matter. Anyway, I'll put it in the actual post. And also, I want to show you this weird thing about this digital copy, which this is probably for everybody, not just... how do I go to the beginning quickly? Let's go to bookmarks, cover. Okay, look. The cover says City of Glass, the Paul Auster, and then it says chosen as one of the 100 most important comics of the century. Picador is proud to republish the graphic novel. Oh, Art Spiegelman, that's who I was looking for. But in his introduction, there's some problems here in the actual scan of whoever, and there's a bunch of words missing on this page where somebody had handwritten what was going in the front of this. Anyway, it's Paul Auster's City of Glass, adaptation by Paul Karasik and David Mazzucchelli. And then the introduction is by Art Spiegelman, so Art Spiegelman didn't actually do this. But in any case, I can't read this book. I can read these parts, the text parts, and I can even toggle the size of the font for them. Oh, yeah, I can. But once I get to the actual images, I can't do anything, and that's a huge mistake by Kindle on this. Now, the other thing that I think is a mistake and that is annoying is you can't subscribe to anything. I tried to subscribe to the New Yorker and it would not allow me to subscribe to it. I could not subscribe to any newspapers. Subscriptions seem to only work on the Kindle, and you can't subscribe to things on the iPhone or iPod Touch. Hopefully they'll open that up later. But again, the cool thing is this is a good way for me to try out the Kindle in, as far as the content that would be available to me if I wanted to get the Kindle. And yeah, I may have to buy a Kindle just so I can read this graphic novel, because this is driving me nuts. Although, I'm curious if there's one page here, I'll mention this in the review. Oh, where'd it go? See, like, notice the page turning. Every once in a while it comes up blank as it starts to load stuff. There's one page, did I already pass it, where the text in one of the thought bubbles wasn't showing up. And I wasn't sure if that was the way the art wanted it to be, or if that was actually missing. See, going back in pages ends up with blank pages. That's odd, like for a second. In any case, the other thing is I thought, hey, let's go just landscape mode. There is no landscape mode. It only works in portrait mode. And I think that was the last note about it. So in any case, this has been CK Sample with the Daily Obsession and Obsessable.com. And make sure you check out my full review of the Kindle app for iPhone or the Kindle for iPhone app, I should say, even though it works on the iPod Touch as well, on Obsessable.com. Cheers.